Now it's time for Culture Talk. This is the segment where we talk about the intersection of science, faith, and pop culture, and how culturally relevant topics can be used to start conversations about your faith. I'm joined with my co-host, Bryan Rohrenbacher. Hello.
Hey, I've always loved this segment, so I'm so happy I can actually be part of it now.
I'm excited to have you here. You are our outreach manager of the universe.
Yeah, and, that's right.
And you're going to be talking about AMP conference. Mm-hmm. So something that is important to Reasons to Believe is really to equip people to share their faith. So tell us what the AMP conference is going to be doing to help that.
Yeah, so our AMP conference is our annual 2-day apologetic conference. And AMP stands for Apologetics Mission Partnership. And it's all about teaching people apologetics for the sake of evangelism so they can go out and be missional. Mm-hmm. And we partner with other great organizations and universities like RZIM, Biola University, and Southern Evangelical Seminary.
Wonderful. So we have some really good partnership there for AMP, but we also have some amazing speakers. Can you give us kind of a few speakers that we're going to be having?
Yes. Well, from RTB, we have Hugh Ross, AJ Roberts, and Ken Sample speaking this year. And they've all done great in the past, so I'm looking forward to them. On top of that, we also have Sean McDowell, Abdu Murray, and Richard Howell from SES that's going to be coming for the first time. And a couple that I'm really excited for is Jim and Karen Covell, which they're going to be their first time speaking at AMP, and we're really excited for that one.
So Jim and Karen Covell, they are from the Hollywood Prayer Network, correct?
That's right.
So they're working in the industry, and they're really doing what they can to reach those in the industry as well, like connecting with people in Hollywood and connecting with Christians and helping to spread the gospel there. So I'm excited for that one. Can you say any panels that you're excited for?
Oh gosh, I am very excited for Richard Howell. I've been able to see him in a couple other conferences, and he's a very smart guy, but also knows how to give a great message and is even entertaining too. Yeah. And like you, I'm excited for Jim and Karen, and even AJ Roberts. She did her first talk at AMP a few years ago, and it was "Why Would a Good God Create Viruses," which has been one of my favorite talks. So it's going to be great to see what she brings to it this year.
Yeah, and I'm definitely excited for it. Now, I know that our AMP attendees, they have a lot of positive things to say. What would you say is kind of the most important thing that you're hoping AMP attendees will take from this conference?
Yeah, definitely just confidence to share their faith. Mm-hmm. That's always the biggest thing. That's the whole purpose of AMP, is that they feel confident to go and do that. But then it's not just that confidence, but it's also that they learn strategies and tactics on how to do so in a loving way and how to make it relevant to today's culture. And so you can really reach new people and reach your friends that you might not have known how to talk about before, because some of the topics can be very sensitive. But we have great speakers that will really kind of train you on how to start these conversations and how to go about answering all those questions that your skeptics friends have.
Right. That's such an important point about how to engage today's culture, because that's something that stops a lot of Christians. We don't know how to even address some of the tricky, sensitive questions and doubts. So I think AMP is really great at equipping believers to not only know how to resolve some issues for their own struggles, but how to then take the encouragement that they get from AMP to then go ahead and spread the gospel and spread hope. I mean, there are so many people who are just longing for hope. So that's what I love about AMP. What I also love about AMP is that we do more than just provide those 2 days. Tell us about some of the other stuff that our AMP attendees can see and what we give them access to.
Yeah, definitely. Well, there's always the opportunity to talk to our speakers in person. No promises, but a lot of times they do come out to the exhibit hall and hang out their book table. So there's that chance to interact with them there personally. We also do Q&A about 3 or 4 times throughout the conference. So you can text in your question, and if there's something you didn't cover but you really just want answered, there's that opportunity as well. And a lot of times people might hold back because they're afraid of asking their question, right. But so many times other people are thinking the same thing. It's such a blessing to them. On top of that, we always release the AMP videos later on down the road. So if you've been following us on Twitter or Facebook, you've been seeing that we've recently been putting out last year's videos from AMP. And what we do is we also provide discussion questions for some of those. So it's a great way to follow up because there's so much information you take in 2 days. But then afterwards, you can rewatch these videos. You can kind of go over the discussion questions and even, have friends over, do a Bible study on this stuff, and just really get more information. And on top of that, there's, like I said, we have the exhibit hall with lots of sponsors and speakers who have their own book tables. So it's a great time to pick up some new resources that can help equip you.
Well, I'm in. I know you're going to be there. I'm going to be there. So those who are interested, how can they register?
Yeah, go to ampconference.com. You can get all the information about the additional speakers. You can register there. And this is all going to be taking place March 8th through 9th.
And it will be where?
This is going to be at EV Free Fullerton in California.
Wonderful. So thank you so much for joining us. So if you want to hear more about AMP Conference, go to ampconference.com. And really, we hope that you'll take the call to go and make disciples of all nations.